Hello, welcome back, or welcome to DIS. I am this idiot, and you're hearing me speak again for the first time. Today we are going to do some lore crafting around the Homebrew subclass that I reviewed on Wednesday. It's the Paladin. It's the Oath of Protection Paladin. This should be an interesting lore crafting because moving things around. Sorry. But anyway, as thinking about it, Oath of Protection. It's all about protecting the innocent and those around them. But also it could be for protecting a group of people or like a noble family or something. They're devoted to protecting, so they could be very cool if they were like an order of paladins that are based in a specific like city, and they become the city guard. That could be that could change the setting in a way that city is like the safest city in the world, because you know that the paladins are on patrol to ensure that the safety and protection of everyone is upheld, so that there wouldn't be any like incursions by any extraplanar creatures or any there probably wouldn't be any or few and far between like thieves guilds or assassins guilds or whatever, because the paladins would work to root them out. Also, you could in another setting or in the same setting, you could also have these be if they're adventurers, then they would be adventurers of people of like merchants who they're hired out, but they're kind of, because they've sworn to uphold protection and safety of people around them, then maybe they have a lower rate of like price or whatever. So because that is their prerogative, and then they gain glory from it, and then their order will pay them back for it, or it could be some kind of initiation. And then even with that, there could be roving in the order if it's expansive enough, and you can rove the world or the plains, or not the inner and outer plains, but the material plane, the world, the land, to ensure protection in different cities, different settlements, different towns, different villages, any hamlets, everything like that. And they could be either singly or in packs, in like companies, like 2 or more or whatever. That would be cool. And then for any travelers or merchants again, or I think there's supplicants or sojourners, or those who like travel to different like holy sites for their religious purposes. Then these paladins would hire themselves out to them to protect them. What else? If there is any specific race that would, or species that would lend themselves to this Oath of Protection, I can't think of anything right now. I feel like any race or whatever could have these inclinations of protecting the world around them. Maybe Aasimar, the angel people first. I'm not sure. I feel like it could be also humans, or maybe dwarves, or maybe halflings or gnomes or whatever. But I feel like that is that. This is another shorter one, which is great. I love it. Um, yeah, so that would change that. If it was, they were like either in one city or in several, and they've got little like headquarters around. And then maybe the cities work together to give the different like headquarters some of their some like tax or tithe or whatever and things, or maybe the oaths of protection. Once they've like protected someone, they loot the bodies of the people they protected against. Yes, like the invaders and stuff, and then they get their gold from there or something like that. Let's see here. Yeah. That would be really interesting. But yeah, it could make it like either safer or the enemies are have to learn to be much more wily and either stronger or wily or more intelligent in the way they attack. Have to like really think about it and scout ahead or whatever, so that they can either attack merchants or the city or whatever, and see the routes that the paladins take as they go on their patrols, protecting the land and the people on them. So that would be cool. Some cool, so maybe people would hire adventurers to go, like, try to kind of shore up the defenses of where the people are leaving or whatever. So they become more wandering travelers who protect the land as well, and they're more hired. But yeah, I feel like if there's an order of the order of protection or order of the oath of protection, they travel around, that would give the common folk more chance and more opportunities and less anxiety and stress, and help them focus on their own livelihoods, like farming or mining or crafting or what have you. So I feel like that would help to make the world itself a much more productive and opulent place, a richer place, which in effect would mean they could pay for more adventurers, and they could like invaders would want to attack more because it looks such like a good prize to get. Anything else besides that? That is some pretty interesting stuff. As of last week, I have as of videotaping this, I have started on my next writing project. As of posting this last Monday, I have posted the end of Folderoni Misfits, and so on the day before posting this, you should have seen a little article on my new world setting that I'm creating, world building, which is a planet that is very closely tied with the upper plane of, or the outer and upper plane of, the 7 mountains of Celestia, which is like at the top of the great wheel cosmology of D&D. That should be really interesting. Of course, as of posting this, as of videotaping this, I don't know what I'm going to be posting the day before posting this. If that makes sense. That might be a little confusing, but it should be really interesting. At first I thought it would be like kind of boring or stale, but I feel like as I think about it, it should be really, really interesting, because even though it's closely tied to a lawful good place, that doesn't necessarily mean that there isn't any chaotic evil, or that the chaotic evil is as rampant. Maybe it is a lot more lawful good and more of a utopia, but still, the evil, the enemies, would need to be a little more intelligent, intellectual, and decisive about what they do, and more in the shadows. So that means that there still could be some plot hooks that you could do. But yeah, that should be really interesting. As of videotaping this, I did just put down some like basic information, and I'm going to start putting up like the NPCs and history and regions and area and lands and everything like that to like flesh it all out, which should be really interesting. I may create some races or flavor some races, I don't know. Create some magic items, I'm not sure. That should be really interesting. And then I do have my streaming where I'm going through the different worlds of Lego Movie 2 Lego video game. And then from there I'm going to go from there, other games, which is fun. And then, of course, my younger sister, who has the business idea of the D&D inspired bar, which would be really fun, keeping that on the forefront. As you can tell, I am starting to post this on Facebook, hopefully, as a videotaping this, hopefully, as I'm posting it, hopefully as well. Someone's calling me. No tanks, but, that should be really interesting, and then I'm going to start building my social media online presence so I can get more stuff. Let's see here. I do have a Patreon, which I can put in the description if you want to support me. That would be great. Or if you wanted to support me in other ways of liking, commenting, subscribing, sharing, commenting down below what you think, any lore you would craft around this Oath of Protection Paladin, as well as if you wanted to join my team in order to create better quality and quantity videos. Maybe we do some other kinds of videos to do more D&D stuff, I don't know. I am kind of going back and forth doing like, after I create some of the settings too, well, I'm going to do some Discord servers for that, but also maybe some streaming if you've Patreoned enough, because that is a word now. Let's see, anything else? Not that I can think of. Of course, that previous video, which should be the Oath of Protection Paladin, if you want to check that out. Channel subscription, if you want to subscribe to that, so you can click the notification bell so you know when I'm posting again. Next week we are doing the Ranger. The Ranger, the archetype is called the Witch Hunter. So a little grim and gritty evil killer defeater thing, which should be interesting. Kind of like, I guess, like The Witcher, but different. That should be really interesting. Catch me then for that, and the lore crafting around that, and then I think that's about it. You know, the like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Previous video, this is the end of the video, so and that. And I will see you guys on Wednesday for the Witch Hunter Ranger. That should be really interesting. Alright, I'll see you guys later. This idiot out.